Going to Ogre's turn 3, forgot to mention that turn 1, the saber-tusk survived my bowman shooting on the left due to the cover of the woods. Then on turn 2, they kind of slipped past my knight's lines, but were easily within range of my bowman in the house, short range. But after my turn 2 shooting phase, where I dropped a rock on a Mournfang, I completely forgot to use my archers in the shooting phase. So I could have easily picked off one of these saber-tusks, and probably worked on the man-eaters on the right side of the board also. So I guess that's what you get for not using bowmen very much. Over here, kills 2 more knights with a cannon. And then another cannon bounced or something like that, and took out another knight. And this was significant because now I'm no longer steadfast in the middle, and that's a problem. So his lead belchers get a big flank on my peasants. Could really use +4 toughness here, but again, the Hellheart Scroll ended that a long time ago. After close combat, he just decimated me, but I remained steadfast. Haven't really talked about this combat much. It's just been kind of a grind fest, which unfortunately the scrap launcher has been getting the better of. So after close combat with these saber-tusks, surprisingly my trebuchet crews hold, but they're gonna die inevitably. On Brett turn 3, few things start to go my way. My general's unit gets a nice charge on the Mournfangs, which I feel good about with heroic killing blow. And my Grail Knights get a juicy flank charge against the Bulls, which should set up an easy overrun or pursuit right into the Thunder Tusk. So this picture is just showing my double paladin unit. Pretty much been useless all game. And I think instead of attempting to make the long charges with them, I should have marched deep around the flank of the Mournfangs so they can get closer to the battle. I just kind of wasted failing way too many charges. So on the right, my bowmen take down a man-eater. If only they managed to remember to shoot the turn before. This is what it looks like after close combat. So I don't have a picture, but my general's unit easily beat the Mournfangs, but failed to run them down by like an inch. So they're just sitting right there at the edge of the table in the back. And my Grails and BSB get a nice pursuit directly into the Thunder Tusk. Over here, my Peg earns a little glory and takes down the scrap launcher. And this is how it sits at the end of the game. So obviously I didn't kill the Bulls outright. Got a nice overrun, took care of the Mournfangs, but you know, at this point, on his turn, he's going to charge me with his Iron Guts and probably crush through my Knights. So timing is the key here. If I had gotten those charges on the Mournfangs earlier in the game, I would have been set up much nicer for success before my peasants got ground down. So the game ended here because we were playing on a weeknight and the game store just had to close and kick us out. But I still thought it was a good game. We got a solid 3 turns in and saw where the game was headed. I had to give the victory to the Ogre Kingdoms because once his Iron Guts crashed into my Knights, I was in big trouble. Also he was in the process of cleaning up my Trebs and support units on my back line. So I was really glad I got to play the new Ogre Kingdoms list, and a few things I noticed is that they have such great versatility. This ain't your grandpa's Ogre Kingdom's army, that's for sure. I was particularly impressed with the saber-tusks. Little 21 point war machine hunters with ogre stats. I was telling my opponent, if I played ogres, I'd take 6 of those at 3K if I could. Also, his bull blocks are supported nicely by the Always Strike Last War Machine Thunder Tusk, and his shooting is particularly impressive. The Iron Blasters, devastating to be able to re-roll those cannon shots, but also, any light War Machine hunter is going to have big trouble taking one down, even Peg Knights. And on top of that, his lead belchers are quite devastating. So, real versatile army to play against, and definitely hope to get some revenge next time. So on the Brett side of things, I think I might have weighted my left flank a little too heavily. My double paladin unit would probably be better served taking down the man-eaters or the lead belchers on the right side of the board, and if they're alive after that, crashing into some of the iron blasters. It really had no effect on the game. I mean, of course they failed some charges they should have made, but I think there is such a thing as weighing a flank too much. So I think the main reason I've been bringing archers is that I like the idea of them. So they're positionally intensive, which I like from a strategic standpoint. And I didn't realize it in this game, but those defensive stakes could have helped me against the cannon shots on my trebs. I think I like their potential against light troops, so I just have to wait and see when I face a more light army, I guess. Also, remembering to shoot them in my shooting phase is important. So another thing I'm considering trying out at some time is a big unit of 5 Peg Knights to kind of transition that unit from a support unit into an actual combat unit. I know they don't get ranks, but 5 pegs could be nice, especially in the flank of a big infantry block. Stomps, bunch of strength 4 attacks. I kind of like that idea. So along with that, I'll probably take just one big unit of 20 bowmen. So a couple things to try in the future, and I'll just keep testing out and having fun. But thanks for watching, and hope to get another game in soon.